guys, a warm welcome to you all. Capricorn, this is your December reading for 2019. This is the final reading of the decade. I can't believe we're here. It's a funny thing to let go of the previous decade, actually. I sometimes think letting go of things is more difficult than we actually perceive. We can tell from the last 10 years, if you think back to the very beginning of the teen decades, the 2010, we have changed so rapidly, so much, with such intensity. I can only reiterate, this is going to happen at double the pace in the 20s. We're moving into unbelievably fast-timed changes. Everything is fast. Technology is making a lot of these changes happen at a quicker pace. We're also experiencing pretty convoluted planetary movements, and we are on the cusp of leaving the Piscean era behind and moving into the age of Aquarius. So these are the times of the most immense change that we have recorded for humans on the planet that we understand. If we look quickly at December's basic astrology, we have Jupiter entering Capricorn on the 2nd of December, which is pretty cool for you guys. We're coming into a very Capricornian energy, so I'm hoping for you Capricorns that there is this buoyancy for you guys, that there is this positivity of movement for you. We have Chiron going direct on the 12th of December, Friday the 13th. We have on the 22nd of December, the Sun enters Capricorn for you guys. Also on the 27th, we have the winter solstice. We have Christmas Day on the 25th, and on the 26th, we have a new moon and solar eclipse in Capricorn. So we're seeing out the end of the year with an eclipse, and it's in your sign. So there's a whole lot of powerful Capricornian earth-grounded energies coming onto the planet, and more than anyone, it's going to affect you guys one way or another. Now, eclipses tend to bring out the shadow side, or things that we have postulated about but not taken action on. So it's time to stop procrastination and get ourselves into action, and you guys more than anyone. There was some intuitive work I've done for you before I did the readings, or before I've started the video. So you had some little mantras that came through, and you can choose to uplift them or utilize them however you like in the month of December, and even going through to 2020. So the first one you got was, which is pretty cool, it is, I am in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. And after it, I've written boom. Yeah, booyah. Also, I got bright red. I also got bright aqua blue, and I've underlined those, right, really intense. So red is the base chakra, that is family, home, soul tribe, finances, careers. And bright aqua blue, well, blue is the throat chakra and communication. You also got the number 4 or 22, which is a master number. So that can mean, real deep intensity, spiritual intensity as well. And the other notes I got for you guys were, it was like many things going on, action, busy, ideas, the mind not stopping. And then I've questioned overactive. And then I've got change again, growth, groundwork, and then hard work. And I've queried, is this tiring for you? And then I've got maybe not, because there's this idea of concepts coming in. And then the final word I wrote again was just wow. And I think when I was doing the intuitive work and writing all these things down, which I can show you are all written here for Capricorn, that's kind of how it's written. I did this work before I really sat down to even think about the implications of the eclipse being in your sign. And of course, coming into Capricorn energy. So big time for you guys. I'm really looking forward to doing the readings, so let us get started on this now for Capricorn. I've chosen the John Holland Psychic Tarot to begin with. So this is for Capricorn for December 2019, taking them into the grand new decade of the 21st century and into the 20s. So what is in store for Capricorn? Well, transformation is the death card, and that's exactly as it would be said here. 13 is number 4. Remember, I'd circled number 4 for you. So this is about rebirth. This is about a whole new you. And that's your first card out for this brand new decade that we're moving into. So some of you literally are going to go through a massive transformation. The next one out is the beautiful, like it's the Two of Cups, a spiritual union. This can be a bonding that is so deep and profound. It can be in the physical timeline with another person. So for some of you, this is a relationship that you could be embarking on. It could be very deep and special, very spiritual. You see the card itself has this intensity through their minds. So they connect through the mind, which is the soul as well. So there's a great potential here for like a twin flame energy, some sort of ignition of the spiritual process. For some of you, this could be a symbolic spiritual half. So this could be your own spiritual ascension, your own understanding of a spiritual awakening or a new dawn. It could be your connection to your higher self in another timeline or dimension that activates you and brings you into the fuller self of you. So a deep level of learning or growth or spiritual activation or awareness. It could be, in essence, that is your twin flame, that is the other half of yourself in the spiritual capacity, connecting with you in this world. For some of you, it could almost be a twin flame energy in the physical timeline coming in, and a person that you actually meet that just illuminates your life and illuminates your soul to the greatest degree. For others, this could be a relationship that currently exists that is reborn or ignited to a much deeper degree of pleasure and intimacy and connection. So it's a beautiful card, you know, a new birth, like this transformation of you. For some of you, this is definitely like a spiritual epiphany where you have this insight or awakening out of what was the metamorphosis process of the caterpillar transforming into the beautiful butterfly that she is transforming into. And I see a lot of green here as well. Even though I said bright red and bright blue, there's green coming through here, which is very much the heart chakra energy and love. We have emotional withdrawal, discontent and boredom, and number 11, balance, which is the Justice card. This is another major arcana. You've got a lot of cups energy going on, all to do with the heart, with emotions, with love. This one that came in first is far more powerful and empowering than these two, which are almost the complete opposite of this synergistic high vibrational energy. And you can see the sparks flowing off the back of this card, and these two are much more muted and subdued. So for some of you, there could be this feeling of transformation, of bliss, of euphoria, of like a uniting at the celestial or the spiritual presence, almost with yourself. It feels like some of you are connecting with this higher self or this other perspective of you, and you understand more about your life, about why you're here, about the journey you're on. It's like an epiphany or an attainment of some sort. And of course, as I said, for others, this is relationships that are coming in. But when you get these two, these defy or drop down this in a totally different perspective. So possibly for some of you, there is this emotional withdrawal and there is a feeling of discontent and boredom. But why and how does it transfer itself back into this? There's balance required. So you may go through periods of feeling up and down, and I think that could be a relevant part of the transition of December as it moves into 2020. So there's this coming and going like a roller coaster. There could be a roller coaster of emotions. Sometimes there's this intense bliss and euphoric energy, and then you get this low after it. It might be that when you are not connected with this at this heightened awareness, you then drop down into this capacity and you say to yourself, where is it? Where has it gone? How do I feel that feeling again? And emotional withdrawal is about understanding our inner emotions and knowing what to leave behind. This is the Eight of Cups, about leaving the past behind and moving into the future. And there's the bright aqua blue, or the aqua blue that we were talking about. We still have no red yet. But this is understanding that things needed to be balanced to have it work. So we can't always feel this great euphoria or this perpetual high. It's like people who take drugs to feel that, intensity, passion or desire or satisfaction, whether it be spiritual or physical or emotional. You can't be in that place all the time. So we need to balance the feelings, emotions and energies. And we need to go through the ups and downs to understand what is high and what is low. So there are messages within these cards for you guys. It's about putting them into order and understanding that you can obtain this and that it is there for you. It may be that you have to balance it all out with reasoning why these feelings exist and how to not let them take away from the joy, bliss and harmony that is here in temporary stages or at certain times or with certain people. If this is a spiritual union with one person, you may find that other friendships or other things you are doing in your life, you lose passion for them, you lose compassion, you lose interest, you become bored and discontent with other aspects of your life. But this is why the balance card has come out with it, suggesting that you must find balance in all areas to maintain the movement forward and the growth of this spiritual union. The balance card, which is number 11, which is the Justice card, is also very much about karma, and it's a karmic cycle completed. Quite often it also can involve a Libran person. So this Libran person could be part of a karmic energy that you are either walking into or walking out of from, in terms of relationships or activities or business dealings or anything along those lines. Because it's karmic, it will have had a past life tie-in into your relationship reality with these Libran type people. It could have been a period of hard work, trying, and discontent and disharmony may have been going on. Sometimes this card comes out when there is the settling of a process, such as a divorce coming through, leaving the family home, having a business be tied up or finalized, signing off on contracts that were existing that are now being decommissioned. And so that's all of the type of things that this balance card can mean, or this justice card. But it does bode well in terms of cyclical events for you guys, and some sort of karmic debt having been finished, or for some of you, a karmic debt being a new karmic relationship being established in this cycle of transformation. But remember, the main thing here is about balance, and this is all to do with the heart and emotions, which often tie into relationships. We've probably had enough from this deck, but I will just, wow, oh my goodness. I don't know what it is in December, and maybe as we're moving into 2020, but a lot of the readings have had powerful synergies of love coming through them, just like bolts of love. These two jumped out of the deck, even though I'd said we've probably done enough. I mean, you can't get more than this. And in fact, I don't know if someone else has got something similar, but again, look at the two of them. You've got this duplicated or replicated. There is something about a very powerful union that you guys are moving into. And for some of you, it's a karmic or past life or soul balancing or bringing about transformation type of union. But balance is still required. Remember, even a twin flame or the deepest of soulmates, not all relationships will ever always be smooth. They always still have periods of up and down within them, and you have to balance that. You still have to work on any relationship. But this is powerful. This is the Lover's card. And the Lover's card, of course, talks about choices as well. It also talks about partnerships, such as in business partnerships. And I mentioned that just one moment ago, saying that for some of you it could have been business partnerships being dissolved and freeing you up to make choices, possibly about new business relationships. So it's not just about intimate personal relationships. There can be business or career insinuated within these cards as well, for those of you that is more appealing to, or that it's just more about. Then you end up with an ace. There's more passion. There's more heart interaction. She is fired up in the heart chakra. It's on fire. It is empowering her entire soul. She is in a state of euphoric bliss. There is nothing bigger. There is nothing better. There is nothing more powerful than the energy of love and light, because it brings to us these energies, these synergies, these possibilities, these realities. This is also the Ace of Wands. It can also be about concepts, desires, passions, creativity, and career. And again, the cycle of karma, the cycle of opportunities and balance playing out. And we see these two circles, these orbs of light, interacting with each other. Wow, it's a lovely reading. And if you have been going through a hard time, if your life has been difficult, if you have had ill health, especially if it's been physically around the heart or the chest area, so whether it's like lungs, heart, chest, breast, or cancers, chest cancers or breast cancers, if there's been anything that has given you ill health or drained your energy or prevented you from the freedom to live life happily and actively, this is a time where you can seek to find the answers and move into a period of transformation. Wow. And that's exactly what I'd said at the bottom of my notes. I said, wow, Capricorn, and I went boom and wow. This is just, Yeah, very, very beautiful. So we won't do too much more because quite frankly you don't need a lot more. Oh, who was that and what were they doing? The world is your oyster. That's what that card means. Yeah, just leap into the 2020s. Leap in with faith. Get active and take control and feel these energies around you and feel the spiritual or the celestial involvement. This is for Capricorn, just to finish off this very powerful reading. What else would you like to let them know? Oh my goodness, the Magician now. Beautiful. And see the 8 above his head? That's karma. That's the evolutionary cycle of life. And in that cycle of life is the returning karmic pattern, repeating people that come across our lives and walk into our lives for the lessons that we have to learn. But the Magician gives you the opportunity, as I just said a moment ago, to be on board and be aware about being available to take these opportunities when they come. Don't just sit there waiting. Get out and take control. There's no stronger message than that. It's about being available for what the universe can deliver you at this time point, at this timeline, on this birth of this brand new decade. You've just about got every single card that people would want in terms of positivity and love and support and, you know, awe and transformation and liberation and freedom and equality and balance and justice and magic and aces and opportunities. Come and watch it as many times as you like, because every time you watch this energy comes through to you and it kind of is activated one way or another. So absolutely beautiful, Capricorn. Do remember, if you're interested, which you probably aren't, but if you're interested, check your moon and rising signs and see what they have to say as well. But I have to admit, I think I would probably just stop short at this one and enjoy this to the fullest. So I wish you all the very, very best for a wonderful New Year's Eve in particular, because that's your time. It's Capricorn's energy. Feel into it, be with it, be on top of that solar eclipse we have on the 26th. Let your feelings go, let yourself explore into the newness of this new decade coming and really jump on board the train, because this train is coming for you guys. Hey, much love, Capricorns. All the very, very best. Namaste.